channel in between that first and 1.5 standard deviation, all the way up until we see change. Once we see the change happen, we see a reversion to the mean. So any longs in the market here, you're best exiting once we see this change in inventory. Once this happens, you can start to look at the next inventory, which is now to the short side, and you can see how it plays out again. You see the imbalance in the market. Imbalance. On this case, we see a reversion to the mean. We see aggressive sellers enter the market, and then on the pullback to value, we see aggressive selling. And as you can see, the market comes very, very imbalanced here, and we start to execute off that 1.5 standard deviation. As soon as we find the bottom and buyers come back into the market, again, any shorts in the market, it's best to exit the market here because we can see change in the market. And then we get to establish the next position. And this has been that current inventory for the last year or 2 years on the S&P. As we found a bottom, we started to auction higher in this very bullish trend that we have been in recently. And you can see here how well the market references this VWAP here. Every time we came back to this VWAP, we see execution, we see imbalance. And the market becomes so imbalanced here that we would have started to reference this new inventory here because there was a breakout here, and you can see that the aggressive buying that came into the market. Obviously, this is very discretionary, and there is no right or wrong way of doing this. I'm just giving you examples of how to use this tool. Absorbing the sellers here, so start to run a MIDAS Vwap from the low. This will be where your entry is here. So now you'll be long from 92.32 with stops back inside the previous value. Obviously what we want to see now is the market not make a lower low, and we want to see responsive buying back into the day's developing value here. And as you can see, the algorithms are starting to execute off of the MIDAS Vwap. So finally we see a buyer step in, we see an imbalance start to occur, we see the price push back into the developing value on the day. Now we want to see the algorithms starting to execute off the top of the developing value of this MIDAS Vwap I've just anchored on the chart. So now we've seen the pullback to the developing value area high on the MIDAS Vwap, and we're going to start seeing if the algorithms